You get home exhausted, even after pushing through an entire school day and telling yourself you'll be productive. What if you could study better by doing less at first? In this video, I'll share 6 science-backed after-school habits that help tired students lock in, protect their energy, and get more done without burning out. Research shows this matters more than most students realize. A huge number of students already aren't getting enough sleep, and stress during the school year is higher than most people think. The problem is, most students come home and immediately force themselves into homework mode when their brain is already fried. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to reset your energy, study smarter, and finish the day feeling in control instead of drained. The first habit is creating what I call a landing zone. And honestly, this might be the most underrated part of your whole routine. Most students think productivity starts the second they sit down at their desk. It doesn't. It starts with how they transition out of school. When you get home, don't jump straight into homework. Give yourself 15 to 20 minutes to reset. Drop your backpack, change your clothes, wash your face, sit down, breathe, and let your brain switch from school mode to home mode. Think of it like letting your phone cool down after it's been overheating all day. If you force it to keep running hard with no break, it slows down anyway. And that's exactly what happens to your brain. You're not lazy. You're overloaded. If you try to study while mentally cooked, you'll just stare at the page, reread the same sentence 5 times, and then feel bad for wasting time. So, instead of fighting your tiredness, work with it. The moment you get home, put your bag in the same place every day. Change into something comfortable. Set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes. During that time, do only low-stimulation things. Stretch a little. Sit quietly. Drink water. Breathe. Just don't make the biggest mistake, which is picking up your phone and disappearing into social media for 40 minutes. That little reset changes everything because it helps your brain calm down before you ask it to focus again. And once you've lowered that stress, the next thing you need to do is give your brain actual fuel. A lot of students say, "I can't focus," when the real problem is, "I forgot to recover." After school, your energy isn't only mental, it's physical too. You've been sitting, thinking, moving, reacting, and dealing with people for hours. If you haven't eaten in forever and you're dehydrated, of course studying feels impossible. So before you even start your work block, have a small snack and some water. Not a huge meal that makes you sleepy, not random junk that gives you a quick spike and then a crash. Just something simple and steady. A banana with peanut butter, yogurt and fruit, eggs and toast, rice and something with protein. Nothing fancy, just enough to help your body stop running on empty. Now, you might be thinking, do I really need a snack before studying? If you've gone hours without eating, yes, you probably do. Because your study session should not begin with your body asking for basic care. The easiest way to make this habit stick is to choose 3 default snack options and repeat them. Don't rely on motivation. Don't stand in the kitchen thinking for 10 minutes. Keep it automatic. Grab your water, grab your snack, eat without scrolling, and move on. And that brings us to the next habit, which is one of the fastest ways to wake your brain up after school. If you sit all day and then come home and sit even more, your brain is going to feel dull. That's normal. So before you study, use a short burst of movement to switch your energy on. You do not need a full workout. You do not need gym clothes. You do not need a perfect routine. You just need 5 to 10 minutes of movement. That could be a quick walk outside, pacing around your house, jumping jacks, stretching, dancing in your room, or going up and down the stairs a few times. The goal is simple. Wake your body up so your brain can follow. There's a reason this works. Short movement breaks can sharpen attention after long periods of sitting. In simple terms, movement tells your system, "We're awake now." Think of it like shaking a snow globe that settled for too long. Everything starts moving again. That's what you want before studying. Not a huge, exhausting workout. Just enough movement to feel more alert. Here's how to apply it. Pick one form of movement that takes zero setup. Keep it short so you don't start negotiating with yourself. Don't turn it into a giant fitness mission. And when the 5 to 10 minutes are over, sit down and begin your work right away. Don't let that alertness fade while you scroll or wander around. For example, instead of saying, "I'll study after I maybe work out later," say, "I walk for 8 minutes, then I start math at 4:20. That tiny change makes it real. But being awake is not enough. You still need a system that stops your work from feeling endless. And this is where most students get stuck. A lot of students sit down and think, "I have so much to do." And the second that thought hits, their brain shuts down. Not because they're incapable, but because the task feels too big. So here's the better way. Don't try to finish everything first. Start with one focused work block on the most important task. One block, one subject, one goal. That's it. Usually 25 to 45 minutes is enough. Your job is not to conquer your entire life in one sitting. Your job is to create momentum. When your workload feels giant and emotional, your brain treats it like a threat. That's when procrastination shows up. But when the target is clear and specific, your brain has something it can actually attack. So write down everything you need to do. Then circle the one task that matters most right now. Maybe it's the closest deadline. Maybe it's the hardest assignment. Maybe it's the one you've been avoiding all day. Then, define a tiny win. Not do homework. That's too vague. Say, finish 10 math problems, or write the intro paragraph, or review biology notes for 30 minutes. That is a real target. Set a timer and put everything else away. Don't keep all your books open at once. Don't keep switching subjects every 5 minutes. And don't tell yourself you need to feel ready before you begin. You don't. Clarity creates momentum. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Now, if you've ever started a study session and somehow ended up checking one notification, then another, you already know what we need to talk about next. Your phone does not need to be destroyed. It just needs to be inconvenient. That's the key word, inconvenient. Most students try to rely on self-control alone. They keep the phone right beside them and promise themselves they won't touch it. That almost never works for long. The issue isn't that you're weak. The issue is that your environment is built for distraction. If your phone is on your desk, lighting up every few minutes, your brain keeps getting reminded that entertainment is one tap away. So add friction. Put your phone across the room. Put it in a drawer. Put it in another room if you can. Turn on Do Not Disturb before the study block starts, not after you've already gotten distracted. If random thoughts pop into your head like, "I should text someone back," or "I need to look that up later," write them on a scrap piece of paper instead of grabbing your phone. That way, your brain knows the thought is safe, and you can keep working. This works because habits are tied to cues and context. If your study setup is always desk, water, timer, notebook, phone, gone, then focus starts becoming more automatic. But if your setup is desk, laptop, open tabs, buzzing phone, and snacks everywhere, you're training yourself to be distracted. And here's something important. Don't use your phone as both your timer and your entertainment machine if you can avoid it. Use a watch, a clock, or your laptop timer. Make it easier to focus than to drift. That's how you protect your attention without needing superhero discipline. And finally, this last habit is the one that stops the whole routine from turning into burnout. Most tired students don't just need a better start. They need a clean ending. A lot of burnout comes from never feeling done. You close the book, but your brain is still racing. You lie in bed thinking about assignments. You tell yourself you'll remember what to do tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, and you feel heavy before the day even starts. That's why you need a shutdown ritual. This only takes about 5 minutes, but it changes how your whole evening feels. At the end of your study time, review what you finished. Then, write down the very first thing you need to do tomorrow. Not your whole life, just the first task. Pack your bag. Put your materials together. Then, physically leave your study space. That's it. This tells your brain, work is done for today. And that message matters, because if there's no clear ending, your mind keeps the stress loop open all night. Instead of resting, you stay half working in your head. So choose a realistic stop time, even if everything isn't perfect. Write tomorrow's first task in one sentence. Pack what you need now so morning you doesn't have to think so hard. Then do one calming action after shutdown, like dimming the lights, washing your face, or making tea. The mistake to avoid here is fake stopping. That's when you close the laptop, but keep mentally replaying everything in bed. Don't do that to yourself. Get it out of your head and onto paper. If tomorrow starts with clarity, tonight can end with peace. So let's put the whole routine together. You get home. You create a 15 to 20-minute landing zone. Then you eat a simple snack and drink water. After that, you do 5 to 10 minutes of movement to wake your brain up. Then you sit down for one focused work block on the most important task. While you work, your phone is inconvenient and out of the way. And when you're done, you use a short shutdown ritual so your brain can actually rest. That is the perfect after-school routine for tired students. Not because it looks extreme, not because it turns you into a machine, but because it respects your energy while still helping you get things done. And that's the real secret. Productivity is not about squeezing every last drop out of yourself. It's about building a routine your tired brain can actually follow. You do not need more pressure. You need a better sequence. So if you've been feeling scattered, behind, or constantly drained after school, start small. Don't try to fix your whole life tonight. Just begin with the first step. Create a 20-minute landing zone when you get home tomorrow. That's it. One simple change. Once that feels natural, add the snack and water. Then add the movement. Then the work block. Then the shutdown. Remember, the goal is not to become perfect. The goal is to become consistent. If you can do that, your afternoons will stop feeling like chaos. You'll feel more in control. You'll study better. And most importantly, you'll stop burning yourself out trying to force productivity from an exhausted brain. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, Subscribe for more self-improvement content like this, and drop a comment telling me which step you're going to try first. And if you want to learn how to study for long hours without frying your brain, check out the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.